So Lamar Jackson, the quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens, former MVP, he's looking to help the Ravens improve on their 11-5 record from last year. Jackson was asked this week about whether or not he thinks that people in the league, people meaning defenses in the league, have figured him out. And Jackson's response to that was, we're going to see. But I doubt it, though. I strongly doubt it. And this caused a little bit of a firestorm, not only on Twitter, but on various different shows, various different outlets. And the question has become, have defenses found a way to figure out Lamar Jackson? And I'm just going to address this very blatantly and very openly. No, they haven't. Because last time I checked, Lamar Jackson is 2 years removed from leading the NFL in touchdowns. Last time I checked, Lamar Jackson, back-to-back the past 2 years, the past 2 seasons, has had 1,000 yards rushing. Last time I checked, Lamar Jackson last year, he had 26 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. Last time I checked, Lamar Jackson still completing above 64% of his passes. Last time I checked, Lamar Jackson has 7 yards per attempt. Last time I checked, Lamar Jackson is still a top 5 quarterback in this league. Last time I checked, the Ravens are 11-5 last year, 14-2 the year before, and I believe they were 6-3 with Lamar Jackson. Actually, no, 6-1 with Lamar Jackson at the helm the year previous. So have defenses found a way to figure out Lamar Jackson? If they have, I am not seeing any evidence of that. Point blank, not seeing any evidence of that. There are a lot of people who want to say that, oh, Lamar Jackson, he's great. He's a great runner, and his ability to run makes him a better thrower. You know what? You're right. And you're telling me that you're not supposed to use your abilities to help you be a better football player? Is that what some of the people are saying? Because if that's what you're saying, then why do we have quarterbacks moving outside? Why does Baker Mayfield do a lot of his plays rolling out to the left? Because he's better when he rolls out. Why does Russell Wilson like to move around the pocket? Because he's better when he moves around the pocket. Why? I never got that. Lamar Jackson is an amazing runner whose ability to throw is only scrutinized because he is such an amazing running quarterback. His athletic, is he a better runner than he is a passer? Probably. I will say that. You know what? And you know what? That's not a fair comparison to make, because he might be he is the best running quarterback of all time. No disrespect to Michael Vick. It's just true. He's the best running quarterback of all time. And on top of that, for his first 3 years, for as young as he is, I believe for a quarterback who's 24 years old in age, Lamar Jackson is the most efficient quarterback for his age in NFL history. I'm talking about completion percentage, touchdown and interception ratio, yards per attempt. He is the most efficient at all of those categories for his age in NFL history. Yet we still talk about his ability to throw as a question. He led the league in touchdown passes. He won the MVP. He led the league in touchdown interception ratio 2 years ago. Last year, he had a down year, and it was still a damn good year throwing the football. And that's the thing that I think people underlook Lamar Jackson because of his ability to run. And that, I don't know, that might just be a thing where they are just conditioned to think of quarterbacks and think of the quarterback position in a certain way. And they don't want to deviate from that. They don't want to look beyond that. And they don't want to look beyond the certain way that we've been brought up to really look at quarterbacks. Because we've been brought up to look at quarterbacks like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, statues in the pocket who are efficient from the pocket. Lamar Jackson, by the way, very efficient from the pocket. One of the more efficient quarterbacks in the NFL from the pocket. That's just true, too. But we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about how, oh my God, Lamar Jackson, he can't throw the ball downfield except when he does receivers who really aren't that good or you can't name. Outside of Hollywood Brown, name one receiver on the Ravens. Maybe Mark Andrews you can name because he's also okay. Yeah, he has one of the best tight ends in the league. Outside of that, he doesn't really have anyone, and they use him perfectly. They use him perfectly. If you had a talent like Lamar Jackson and you didn't run the ball with him, you would be an idiot. You would be fired as a head coach, fired as an offensive coordinator because you're not using your best talent in the best way to use him. Lamar Jackson should be running. Lamar Jackson should be passing. Then the Ravens do a great job of finding a way to do both. And they get the most out of him. That is the job of a coach. That is a job of an offensive coordinator. That is a job of a football team. To make plays, to use players to the best of their ability. And for people to somehow warp this as, oh my God, because he's such a great runner, he must be a terrible passer. Completely asinine, ignorant, terrible argument. So miss me with that bullshit. Seriously, miss me with that bullshit. Because what else does he need to do? What else does Lamar Jackson need to do? Do people want to see Lamar Jackson throw for 4,000 yards and throw for 50 touchdowns? Is that what they want? Because if that's what you want, no, he'll probably never do that. Lamar Jackson might never throw for 4,000 yards, and that's okay. You know why? Because he's going to run for 1,000 every year too. And that's fine. You know why? Because the Ravens are an offense that is predicated on holding the ball for long periods of time. Holding the ball for long periods of time, running it down your throat, and they don't need to have as many plays as other teams. They don't need to have as many ability or times to throw the ball as other teams. They don't throw the ball that often because they don't need to, because they're usually up and they're usually controlling the tempo of the game. That's their entire strategy. So if you just want to look at isolated stats and just look at, oh my God, oh, he only threw for 3,000 yards this year. Miss me with that. Watch the goddamn game. You want to analyze football, people? Watch the game. Watch this guy play. Go back and watch the Monday Night Football game against the Browns and tell me he can't throw. Go back and watch anything, any game from 2019, his MVP season. Tell me that guy can't throw. Tell me, go watch the game where he's playing Jalen Ramsey and he cuts him up. Tell me he can't throw. Fuck experts, analysts, fucking analysts don't know shit. I'm sorry. That's my quarterback. I get defensive. I get defensive when people bullshit me about my own quarterback because then you know what the thing is? I was talking to a friend one time, and he was like, and he was trying to make the argument. This was right after Lamar Jackson's MVP season. He was trying to make the argument with me that, oh man, Lamar Jackson, he's just not as good as even Kyler Murray, or he's not as good as the other running quarterback, Josh Allen. I was like, what do you mean he's not? He was like, yeah, well, look at his touchdown interception ratio. And I was like, okay, look at his touchdown interception ratio from this year. And he's like, oh damn, okay, but his yards per attempt is low. And I was like, really? And then I looked at the stats and I was like, oh yeah, he actually has a higher yards per attempt than Kyler Murray and Josh Allen. Silence. Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.